In this week's episode of Working with Productivity, I'm going to give you an incredibly powerful question. Hello and welcome to episode 22 of Working with Work series. And in this week's episode, I want to give you another question because I actually gave you a question a few weeks ago about how you can determine whether you can do about something or not. This is a different question, but this question is really going to start improving your life. And this question is a question that I use so frequently in almost everything I do, and it's such a powerful question. And that question is, how can I do it better? I'll repeat that question for you. How can I do it better? This is such a powerful question. Now, you can apply this question to almost any part of your life. From your personal life, how can I be a better girlfriend? How can I be a better boyfriend? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better wife? How can I be a better father? How can I be a better mother? Asking this question, particularly when you do your weekly review, which you do your weekly review, don't you? When you do your weekly review, you can just apply this question to almost any part of your life. But I wouldn't recommend that you do it for every part of your life every week. You could just schedule something on a week-to-week basis, like family, friendships, work, whatever. You can just ask the question, how can I do it better? This is one of the reasons why my Evernote and my Todoist is constantly evolving, because I'm always asking the question, how can I do it better? And if you'd watched this week's episode of Working with Todoist, you will see that quite often a project, for example, that you're working on can get incredibly messy. And just looking at the project, and say, okay, how can I do this better? That actually resulted in me knowing that an active project I need to clean up every week. It's very easy to sort of say, get on with it later. But if you clean it up every Sunday, instead of cleaning it up before you start working on the project on Monday, for example, that is one of the reasons why this question can really help you, because I determined Sunday afternoon, when I do my weekly review, I clean up all my active projects, and that way when I start working on Monday morning, it's starting immediately on the next thing I need to work on. It is really, really a powerful question. But again, as I mentioned before, you can actually apply this question in your personal life too. I do frequently ask, how can I be a better husband? After 10 years of marriage, I know what my wife, I know her character, I know her personality, and I know therefore that by learning about that, I can make improvements to the way I treat my wife, the way I interact with my wife, to make our marriage an even better marriage than it already is. Professionally, I can ask the question, and I always ask the question after every workshop and after every lecture that I perform or do, I always ask the question, how could I do it better? Because it's the key to constant improvement. And it just means that you're excelling, you're moving towards excellence all the time if you're asking yourself this question. Another example of this is when I do my lectures, when I do my workshops, I use Apple's Keynote. Now, for those of you guys who do use Keynote, you probably are aware that this week Apple actually gave a very big update, and they expanded the icons and shapes that you can use within their applications. I found out about this, I believe, on Wednesday, and by Wednesday night I'd scheduled myself 1 hour to play around and discover what I could use them for in Keynote. It is a fantastic new addition, actually, because I had so much fun yesterday in a lecture that I performed, and this morning in a mini workshop that I did. I actually started using these shapes, but it all came about from, how can I do it better? I'm constantly looking at doing better at almost everything I do. These videos, for example, if I go back to episode 1 of my Working with Todoist series, for example, the very first video that I did, and compare it to Working with Todoist today, I can actually see a transition of going from pretty good videos to much better videos. It's a constant learning process, but those have only improved because I have taken time out and asked the question, how can I do it better? So in the early days of my Todoist videos, I wasn't using a microphone. Now I use a microphone. In the early days of when I moved to doing the recordings here in my office, I didn't use an external lamp, but now I actually have a professional light because I know that lighting is actually very important for video quality. So all these things have come about because I've asked the question, how can I do it better? And if you keep asking yourself that question in almost everything you do, you are going to find that you are constantly improving and you're not going to end up standing still. Because the moment you stand still is when your competitors, whether they're your colleagues, your friends or whatever, are going to overtake you. And that's not a good position to be in. So constantly asking yourself that question, how can I do it better, is going to really improve the quality of your life and improve you as a person. There is another way that you can ask this question, and I do actually ask this question quite a lot when I'm doing repetitive routine work, particularly on the computer, is there a better way? So normally I would ask the question, how can I do it better? But another question, another variation of this question is there a better way? And I can give you 2 examples of what's resulted from that. The first one is my use of Text Expander, and in the recent episodes of Working with Todoist and Working with Evernote, I have covered a few times where I've used Text Expander, but that came about from the question, is there a better way of doing this? Equally, there is another one which is the password manager that I use, which is 1Password. Again, that came about because is there a better way of doing this? Because about 5 years ago, I remember there were so many applications and so many different things that I was having to log into, and the temptation to use the same password and the same email for each of these applications is so strong. But once I'd learnt about using 1Password or a password manager, that changed everything. Now I don't remember any of my passwords except my master password for 1Password. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today, is that question, how can I do it better? If you are looking for consistently improving your life, consistency, which is a really key word, then you need to ask this question on a regular basis. How can I do it better? It's such a powerful question, and it's such a question that can really, really improve your life and set you on the way to huge, massive success. So I strongly recommend that you look at your life, look at areas where you're not really happy with, and just ask that question, how can I do it better? You're going to find yourself so much room for improvement in almost everything you do, because obviously perfection doesn't exist. You do know that, don't you? Perfection does not exist. So I really want you to understand that by asking this question, how can I do it better? It's going to really take you on the road towards excellence. And excellence in whatever you do is a sure way of becoming hugely, hugely successful. Thank you very much for watching this episode. And before I go, I just would like to say that hopefully by now, my complete guide to creating a successful life for yourself is now up. It is now available. I have put a promo code in the note section below for you because the course is priced at $140, but I'm giving you $90 off. So you can actually get this course for $50. It's a 2.5 hour, almost actually it's moving towards 3 hours with the additional material course. Plus there's loads of worksheets. If you really, really want to move your life towards a successful life, then this course is for you. And I can give you the promo code down in the bottom. You can buy this course for $50. The original price is $140. So I'm giving you more than 50% off for this course because I really want you to start moving your life towards a truly truly successful life. So don't forget to sign up and join this course. I'm sure that you're going to get a huge benefit from it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. And the rest of it just allows me now to wish you all an incredibly productive week.